give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, way to race. Why complicate that feeling hate when it suffocates at the bottom? Don't take the bait, just walk away, resuscitate your nirvana. I feel a way I never felt before. I finally found what I'm looking for. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, way to race. Forever in our open arms, we're thankful we made it safe so far. We proudly show our battle scars because they made us true. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, way to race. There's a race, so you win, way to race.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 82nd episode of FNV. FNV is short for Friday Night VTubing, and this is a show where I, your host, Zarastro, interview various VTubers from all over the community. And tonight, our wonderful guest will be Huntress Spectre. Spectre, please say hi, introduce yourself, tell us what you're about, and give our listeners a fun little interesting fact about yourself that they might not know.
Ooh, okay. Well, my name's Huntress Spectre. I'm your friendly neighborhood bounty hunter, and I'm a wolf, not a fox, not a cat. I'm indeed a wolf. You
A
won't
wolf,
believe
not a
how many
fox, not a
times-
cat.
Yep. You wouldn't believe how many people ask if I'm a fox or a cat when they join my streams. I'm just like, that's why I included my little intro now.
Okay, see, I could possibly see the fox, but not the cat.
Yeah, I could understand fox, but I do get confused at what cats people are looking at.
You just,
nowadays.
yeah, like they're looking at wild cats. They're well, like big cats.
Big cats. I'm a variety streamer and I dabble in a little bit of ASMR on YouTube.
Hey,
So I do a bit of cross content. And then
got some diversity here.
Exactly. And I am British. That's my fun fact.
That's the fun fact. The fun fact is that people don't know whether you are from the north or the south of England.
Yeah, but all I'm from England at all. Big question at all.
Yeah. Well, no, I can hear it every now and then. Every now and then, you know, it shows the British.
Oh yeah, wait until I get angry. I sound very Scottish when I'm angry.
Oh, you get
That's
Scottish when
northern.
you're angry?
That's the northern army.
Hell yeah. I want to see you get angry.
It's very difficult to make me angry.
Oh, okay.
Very difficult.
So if you turn into a Scotsman, then you know you fucked up.
Yeah, basically, but if you hear Scotsman come out, you fucked up.
If you start rolling every single fucking hour, it's like that has been a murder.
That wasn't too bad actually.
Thank you. I used that one to get into the mindset of a Scottish accent.
Ah.
But most of the time, if I want to do a Scottish accent, I don't know. I gotta move everything further back to the back of my mouth, and make sure all my R's are rolled, or trilled rather, as much as I can. But anyways, enough about me and my accent. I don't think there's too much to discuss about your accent, unless you think there is.
It's a confusing one.
It's a confusing one. It's an amalgamation of the North and the South.
Exactly that.
What happens when you drink London gin and Scotch whiskey in one glass? I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I feel like mixing Scotch and London dry gin will fuck you up.
Yeah, I can't imagine that it's gonna taste good.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. I don't think that's a good mix. I'll ask one of my bartender friends to make one and then test it out for me.
Yeah,
drink it on my behalf.
Be the sacrifice.
Yeah. Although then why not go through all the compasses and then add the West and the East as well? So then for the West, what would you add for the West?
I have no idea. I don't get out enough to know what the things do.
Just beer. Just make it beer. Yeah. Beer.
Just
and then
beer.
East. Are we still gonna stick to East London, or are we gonna go like further east and make it vodka?
Might as well make it vodka.
Make it vodka, yeah. So then you've got this compass drink, which is it's got vodka, London dry gin, fucking Scottish whiskey or Scotch, and beer in it. That sounds like a recipe for a night you won't remember.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll be on the floor after the first sip.
Definitely. But anyways, enough about that. Let me ask you then, what would you say is your lore?
So my lore is Huntress was a bounty hunter with a family. They weren't very good people. We'd like to burn down our enemies' homes.
In the true pagan fashion, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Like, we just burned down places who made us unhappy. But the other clans weren't too happy about that and tricked my family into going into a necrotic dragon's cave. It's safe to say I was young enough to get through the small crack in the cave to escape, whereas my family was not so lucky.
Okay.
So I'm a bit of a lone wolf now. I travel on my own. I was lost for some time, but I finally was able to unlock my own fire abilities. And I'm sort of just trying to make a name for myself and not be too tied to my family's name anymore.
Okay. So how does your fire magic work?
It's sort of like, it's arcane. It's just, I'm not allowed to learn any other magic. I have Kamoi keeps the library in the guild hall, which is where I live. And they blocked me from grabbing any more of the arcane books because apparently I would be too dangerous if I tried to learn more magic. They said no magic.
No more. You've already got enough.
They've already got bills backing up from little burning stations that I've set up.
Oof. They're just like, no, you've got magic at home. You can't get more.
Yeah.
Magic
you're
at
not allowed
home.
any more magic. You're already destructive as it is. Like, nope, not happening.
Alright, well then. So, what's your favorite thing that you've burnt down?
I've mainly been hunting down so how the hierarchy works for where I live and the wolf clans that are with where I am. They have the Grand Council, which is throughout the lands, but then we have the Wolf Council because wolves were barred from being council members.
Oh.
So we have our own little council. My family's fault. It's a long story.
But, we got time.
But so the way it works is we have a wolf council, and it was them who conspired against my family. So I've been slowly hunting down their families and burning down their homes.
Okay. It's a story of vengeance.
Yeah.
And then how did you come to streaming? Where do you get time in between the vengeance for?
Oh, well, Kamoy says I should probably stop burning down villages and spend more productive things on my time. So they suggested I start streaming. And, you know, it's not been too bad. I've been enjoying it. It's less destructive. People like throwing hammers and knives at me.
Fair. But I get the feeling that you're already used to it.
Yeah, you know, I'm used to it. My chat just love being gremlins. They think I'm target practice. I keep telling them the knives are meant to be thrown at the target dartboard, not me. But they don't seem to listen to me.
No, I think their aim's just bad. I think they're just missing. They're missing the target. They're missing the dartboard.
I'm starting to think they're missing on purpose.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. We'll give them another 6 months or so. If their aim's gotten any better, then there's hope.
There's some hope will be there.
Yeah. Hey, chat, make sure you miss a bit. But okay, then how long have you been streaming?
It'll be coming up to 3 years now. This will be the 3rd year I've been streaming now.
Oh yeah.
So I've been really enjoying it. My first model, well, I first started PNG tubing for nearly a year, not a full year, but nearly. And then switched to get my first model. Really still loved it, loved being expressive, but it didn't feel like me. And I wanted a much more mature looking model with a bit of an edgy look and sexy. Gotta have a sexy.
It's gotta be.
So originally I wanted Diariku, but my wallet says no, and she's worth every penny. So maybe down the line sometime.
True.
Which then I saw Kamachiru, who had a similar sort of paint work that I love.
Painterly style.
Exactly. I didn't like my style of preference isn't sort of too much anime. It's very much stylized paint strokes and all of that.
Yeah. So
this one hit the nail on the head for me.
It's like my model style right now is also kind of more oil painting-y. Because the artist that did my model, Tianjin / Heikaite, she mainly uses like an oil brush.
Which I like the different styles because I've seen a lot of new artists popping up with all their own styles, and I'm just like, this is what we need, like a mixture of different types of models you can get from different artists. There's such a range out there now that you won't have just... You've even got 90s styles models. One of my friends has a 90s styles anime model, and she loves it.
Yeah, I've got a friend with one I think she's got a 90s style model. I'm not entirely sure, but I know that she also enjoys like the 90s style as well as pastel colors and gothic Lolita.
Oh yeah.
So imagine gothic Lolita in 90s style with pastel pink. Not sure. Yeah. Yeah. That's basically what she's got, as far as if I got that description right. But yeah. So when did you debut? What was do you remember the date? I'm trying to figure out if you started before me or if I started before you.
My first... So, are you meaning my first time I started streaming? Or...
Yeah.
So, I started streaming in, I believe it was March of...
2020.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2020, because COVID had recently hit.
Yeah, I mean, it hit in March all around the world.
Exactly. So, I think it was roughly that time, and it was funny, because my partner was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start VTubing as a joke." They weren't taking it seriously, and then they were like, "Oh shit, I like this." And I was like, "Oh," and I was like, they were like, "Yeah, it's actually really fun." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna try." And I bought my D&D, like Huntress's design is based off my D&D character, and I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, well, I'm in love with my D&D character, so I'm gonna drag that over." And then I was like, "Oh, I like it.
This shit's fun.
This shit's fun."
So
And it
then,
sort of
are
started
they?
from there.
Is your partner still streaming? Are they
Oh
still a
yeah,
VTuber as well?
they are, and we're currently in the works of getting a 2.0 design, and they're also going to be getting a Kamachiro model.
Hell yeah!
So they will be joining very soon.
They'll be joining the Camo family.
The lovely Camo family, Camo Cafe. But there's many names for us.
Honestly, I might also consider going there in the future to the Camo family, or
You should.
whatever.
We're very open-armed, welcome people in. Ah, there they are. Hi, Kamoy.
Hi.
So
But
Camo is a blessing to work with, and she's fast. She's ungodly fast.
I'm not.
And I don't. She did my line work in 3 days.
Holy shit.
She's on another level.
That's good. That's fast. How long?
Oh yeah.
How long did the rigging take?
The rigging took the longest, but so my rigger, she did a fantastic job. I didn't mind, to be honest.
Yeah.
It took a total of 4 months because one, it was over Christmas time, so
Oh,
family
okay.
holidays.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
understood that. 2, health conditions rose up, so I understood that as well. That's completely understandable.
Okay.
And then 3, she was experimenting a lot, so I was more than happy to be a little test subject.
I love
like,
it. I
exactly
always
those
enjoyed doing experiments on my children.
Exactly. So
I mean,
she
I don't
wanted
get
to try out,
I don't get the time to do them otherwise. It's like
exactly, you don't
you
get
know,
the time.
yeah, you're always busy with it. Once you finish a model, it's like, okay, time for the next one. Time for more experiments.
No, my rigger was a sweetheart. She was constantly giving me updates, little like snippets, even all the curse shit that was going on, like when Live to Do didn't want to cooperate.
Yeah.
I got to see all the curse stuff. I loved every minute of it.
I will show my friends the cursed stuff, but I don't like showing my clients the cursed stuff because I'm like, hey, I'm not messing around, I promise.
Oh no.
Unless it's something like super fucked up and I'm like, bruh, you gotta see this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She sent me one of my body movement, and one of my siblings, Joe, decided to put the Seabat music to it, and now I can never unhear it. I have that knee. Yeah. We had the cursed siblings strikes again.
Oh no. Do you still have that video somewhere?
I do. I stored it just because it made me laugh.
That's great. I love it. But okay, then let me ask you, so you've kind of talked about it, but what led you down the VTuber rabbit hole? So let's go more into how you became one. What led to you becoming one, rather?
So I was a cosplayer beforehand. I cosplayed for 9 years. I really loved cosplay. Prop making was my specialty and still is. I still love anything to do with foam craft and stuff like that. But when COVID hit, it killed any passion to push for cosplay. My motivation for cosplay died drastically because there was no cons, nothing really. I still bought cosplays. I'm still sat in my wardrobe, but
Yeah.
I didn't actually like use them or
You
take
couldn't
them
go
anywhere.
out.
Exactly. So when the passion died, because really I could have just used all my time to make TikToks and do all my TikToks, but my passion sort of died out for it, so I ended up trying to find other avenues. And VTubing seemed just like cosplaying, but I didn't have to worry about doing all the makeup and putting on the costume and the wig. I could just create the character that represented me the most and put on a few programs, and I wouldn't have to worry about a face cam, doing makeup for face cam, streaming, because I wanted to stream anyway.
Yeah. Have you streamed before or no?
No, so we were planning, like me and my partner were planning to try out streaming, like IRL streaming, but like I have self-confidence issues, and it just didn't feel right, whereas VTubing kills all of those confidence issues, and I feel 10 times more confident when I'm being VTuber than when I'm being me.
Yeah. No, I kind of agree with that.
But it just spiraled from there. So as soon as I had a design, my sister, who's an artist, drew up everything so I could start PNG tubing, and it just spiraled from there.
Nice. Okay. And then how did your partner discover VTubing?
So it was actually through a mutual friend who also is a VTuber, and we saw her post up quite a bit on her on our like IRL friends page of her VTuber, and I was just like, oh, what's this that she's doing? Like, let's have a look. And my partner was like, oh, I want to give this a try. I was like, okay, I won't try it yet, because I was still a bit on the border fence about it all. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to, I wasn't sure if I didn't. So I was just like, I'm not sure if I want to yet, so I'll let you try it. And then as soon as my partner was like, this is hella fun, I was just like, okay, I'm diving in. Because I hadn't even used Twitter before this. I was like, Twitter seems too complicated for me. I don't understand it. Facebook is simple, Instagram is simple. I understand those.
I've had my Twitter since 2016. I made it, but I never really used it. I only started using my Twitter once I actually debuted.
I'm sorry, my partner like ran in like, hi, it's my fault.
I couldn't hear him on my side.
Oh no, my mic is really good at like cancelling
noise
out
suppression,
stuff.
yeah.
Sometimes, other times, my friends can hear me chomping like I'm right next to the mic, like breathing into it. I'm just like, make up your mind.
Dude, my mic is the same. Like, sometimes it'll pick up my voice perfectly clean, and like there can be a thunderstorm raging outside. My brother can be bringing the garbage, the wheelie bin in or out, and like it's loud and it's right in front of my window. And the mic won't pick it up. Oh my
god.
But let me fart.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a bit audible for me. My mic will pick it up, and the rest of my friends in the Discord call will be like, "What the fuck? Who just farted?" I'm just like, bruh. Sometimes this thing struggles picking up my voice, but it'll pick up a fart perfectly.
Oh yeah, it wants to be difficult like that.
And it's not like I'm angling it, like I'm, aiming towards the mic. I'm just sitting in my chair, and it comes out, and it picks up.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Mike.
Yeah, thanks for selling me out. It's happened on stream too, and I'm just like, I really need to fart. I'm thinking in my head, I was like, I really need to fart. And I fart, and then I just see on OBS, there goes the green line. There it goes in, it goes up to the yellow one. I'm just like, fuck.
It's like, oh god damn it.
I'll just be like, it was the chair.
It was the chair, don't worry, chat. It's just the chair.
It's always the chair. Until it eventually actually is the chair. And then nobody believes you.
Oh yeah, like you've got to be careful. You can't cry wolf, otherwise no one's gonna believe you on that one.
Yeah. So that's why I've gotten to the point where it's just like, yeah, I'll own up. I'll own my farts.
Yeah, that my sister, who's a Kitsune Fox design, she has toots on her as sound alerts because she's like made of the black void of despair from the galaxy. And she
Oh,
just toots a lot.
toots.
She just toots and she's a gremlin with it, and she demands that I have a toot sound alert so she can come and toot on my streams.
I mean, depending on how you set up your sound alerts, you could have global sound alerts where even if it's not in your library, they can play it. Possibly.
See, if I gave my chat that ability, I'd be
Yeah.
terrified
Yeah.
of what they will do.
Yeah, don't worry. I've experienced that because I gave my chat free reign. They still have free reign when it comes to blurb. And yeah. Let's say there are a lot of sound alerts.
There are many sound alerts.
There are so many. I've had some funny ones to play that I never would have found though. Definitely. Especially Yakuza related ones. Say it again?
The Kingsley is one of my regulars.
Yeah.
Admits it 100%.
I mean, who wouldn't? Let's be honest.
True.
You would too.
I'm not. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, you would. Don't say you wouldn't.
Guilty.
But okay, let me then ask you the next question. So, what would you say were some of the inspirations or biggest influences behind the design for your model? Like, I know you said it was your D&D character.
Yeah. My D&D character, actually, that was my first model with my first design. I ended up paying an artist to use the outfit that they had created. I just came across it and loved it, so I was like, can I buy the rights to use this from streaming?
Okay.
And we ended up making a deal. For this model, I tried to design it myself 5 times and didn't like anything I was doing. So I was like, okay, I need to just pay someone to do this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm not going to be happy with this model. So I gathered some references, a lot just from Pinterest when you look up like badass girls.
True. Dude, Pinterest is bae when it comes to looking for
Pinterest.
outfits.
Outfits, pose ideas for like art pieces. Pinterest is my go-to. And a lot of the inspiration, like my main inspiration was Katarina from League of Legends. Because I wanted this sort of bounty hunter, assassin, sexy vibe. So she was very much the main, which you could probably see slightly in the chest piece.
Yeah.
And how it's shaped. Like, so a lot of the inspiration came from that, among other like references I popped in. Lithia, who did my design, was very thorough. She needs 10 examples of each area of the outfit: top, bottoms, hair, that sort of thing. So she was quite thorough, and I always have that panic when you put something in someone's hand but it's going to be you.
Yeah.
I panicked that I wouldn't like any of the designs that came back. And I was like, oh God, what if I don't like any? I don't want to worry about like paying someone else to do it. But I also feel like I'd be insulting her by not using.
Yeah.
I struggled hard to pick. They were all
good designs.
They were all fantastic. It was so difficult to decide. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have it took me about an hour just to sit there staring at them before I actually started making a decision. Exactly. So it was pretty quick process when she started. Like, it probably took a week to get the design fully done. And then yeah, that she brought this to life. I wasn't even gonna have a blue fringe. Like, that wasn't the initial idea I had. But when I saw her do it on the design, I was like, I like it. I like it.
I like the way you've done these things.
I like it. Can I have this?
I like your lines, Magic Man.
I like the lines, Magic Man.
Well, okay, let's quickly take a short break to just thank our sponsors for this episode. So, this episode of FNV has been brought to you by me. I am the sponsor. This is a one-man show. We ain't got sponsors yet. But hey, you can go check out VGen, because I have a page there and I sell graffitis. If you want your own banner there, you can get one. The link's on my Twitter bio. That's how you can actually support me monetarily, other than just a tip or whatever the fuck. But hey, you didn't even have to do that. Just drop a like down below, subscribe, ring the notification bell, follow for more FNV. And if you're eventually listening to this on the audio-only platforms, make sure you go to fnv.crd.co so that you can find anything to do with the show. The show is currently available on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Anchor FM. If you would like to catch up with any of the other episodes, the older ones. And yeah. Also, if you are a fellow VTuber and you would like to be a guest on the show for season 2, feel free to go to fnv.crd.co, where there is a Google Forms link that you can fill in to apply to be a guest on the next season of FNV. But you should also go check out my guest, because the show cannot go on without guests. So, go check out Huntress Spectre on Twitter and Twitch. You can find her links in the chat, in the description, in the show notes, and on screen. But otherwise, if you can type it, at Huntress Spectre. That is HUNTRESSSPECTRE. That's Huntress Spectre. There we go. Shall we get back to the questions?
Yeah.
Also, what do you prefer people to call you, Huntress or Spectre?
A bit. I don't mind, to be honest. Some people call me Huntress. Some people call me Spectre. Some I like shorten it Specs. Whichever works. Specs.
Specs. That's kind of cute. That's actually cute. Specs. Specs.
Yeah, a lot of my friends call me Specs.
Has anybody ever called you Specky?
No.
No?
No.
Do you not want to be called Specky?
It kind of sounds like a dog's name, like Specky. Come on.
Who would you allow to call you Specky?
If they have a death wish, maybe.
Alright, so Specky. Hey, I've already died once. Dying
Guys,
more
if you
isn't
don't
gonna help.
FNV again, it wasn't me, and ignore the flames.
Ignore the flames. Don't worry,
Ignore the flames.
don't worry. I'll fucking pull Dragon Force up right now. I'll fucking go through the fire and the flames. Yeah.
I burn. It's just a city in the background. It's just all in flames.
Yeah. I'll just put a PNG up there, just of a fire, just on the top of that building next to my head. This one.
Yeah. And just background sounds of screaming women and children.
The men ain't screaming; they're already all dead.
Yeah, the men are gone.
Damn. Well, you say that as if I'm not a demon, as if I'm not used to fire.
Yeah, this is true. I can't really burn demons.
Yeah. And plus, I've already died once, as I said.
I'll have to go to Plan B.
What's Plan B?
Don't know what Plan B is yet.
Plan B's never been needed before.
Yeah, Plan B's never been needed before.
Plan B is back up and think a bit.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that means I've at least made you stronger, no?
Yeah,
No, I've given you a Plan B.
Exactly. I've never thought of Plan B.
Plan B is Komori fix it.
Yeah. Actually, that's not wrong. Plan B is always, come on, fix it.
Alright, Komori, I challenge you. Or Holngang. I challenge you to a 1v1 to the death. But okay, before we get to that, before we get to the challenge,
Yeah.
let me then ask you. So, we talked about your inspirations to becoming a VTuber and your journey to actually becoming one. But what would you say are who are your inspirations now, like currently? This can be in terms of content, the way they handle things, the way they work with their community, anything like that.
So if
Inspiration in the vaguest form.
inspiration in the vaguest. So if it's recently with my ASMR content, it would be some of my close friends. So Sushi, she is someone I've gotten to know quite recently, who's an ASMR artist and has really helped me with my confidence levels of going into streaming ASMR, which is something I've not done yet.
It's coming soon, TM.
Really soon. I look up to Lana as well, Lana Shikami, who is from Prison Project's latest gen. I've actually got an ASMR collab with her tomorrow.
Oh
YouTube.
shit! Let's go.
Yeah, I was very shocked to get the message, and I was over the moon to get the invite. So I'm really excited and nervous because it'll be my first time doing the ASMR live.
Okay. How's it gonna work?
So we've already done an audio test. So we both have 3DO mics.
Yeah.
So we're going to be in chat's either ear, and we're going to be tormenting them the entire time.
Which ear are you gonna?
I'm not sure yet. I'm pretty sure I don't know yet. It's whichever side she's not on. I'm going to be in the other side.
Are you guys gonna be like switching ears?
No, I think we're just gonna stick with her on one ear. I'm on the other, just to maybe torment them. We might switch. I don't know yet.
Both in the middle.
Yeah.
One in the middle of the face, one at the back. It's like you don't know where.
You just never know who got your ear. But yeah, so with ASMR, it's Lana and Sushi. With gaming content or just general content, my biggest inspirations have always been the Fugan girls. So Dairiku, Sku-chan, Uni, Momo, Clash, which I've had the pleasure of meeting some of them last year at TwitchCon.
Oh shit, let's go.
I managed to also, Shy Lily's another one that I had the pleasure of meeting. And she is an absolute sweetheart in person as well. So those guys are definitely a big inspiration. Along wolf-wise, it's definitely Cinder and Spite. They are a huge inspiration for me.
I'm not surprised.
So yeah, those guys inspire me to keep pushing and trying my hardest.
Okay. I've had one wolf daughter so far.
See, wolves are starting to come out a lot more now. I'm noticing we're having a lot more wolves.
Well, hey, if I wouldn't mind getting more wolves in my arsenal of children. So if you know any wolves who want a father for rigging, send them my way.
I'll be sure to send them your way.
Because I've only got one, and that's a rookie number.
To be honest, I'm the only wolf camo child.
Wait, what?
So it is so the best thing that I love about the camo family is not one sibling is same. Like we have, I think, 3 different types of dragons, but they're all different types of dragons.
How many demons are there?
I'm pretty sure there's only one.
So then I can't join.
we have one demon. We have a few birds, different birds.
Different birds, at least. I mean, to be fair, there are so many damn birds.
Oh, exactly. So we have like a raven and all that, a harpy. We've got quite an amalgamation. We have 2 witches, both different types of witches. It's nice because you just go in and you're like, oh damn.
This family's wild.
We've got like different cats. So obviously we got Uninia.
Yeah.
And Yeah, we also have USI, both cats, both different types of cats.
I had Uni
Kamui.
on.
You had Uni on.
Yeah, not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And then, yep, Kamui's an Eladrin, so that'd be the first Eladrin we have.
What is an Eladrin?
An Eladrin is a elf that changes with the season. Like, so when the angry
That's going to be an
is-
expensive model.
Well, I believe we're starting with the hair being changed and the eyes.
Okay.
It's
So
the
smaller
outfits will
changes.
come-
The outfits will come
Smaller
later.
changes. The outfits will come later.
Because that's gonna, I could just imagine that's gonna rack up the cost. If
Oh,
you're,
definitely.
if you're
It's
planning on
definitely
doing
worth
that.
It's worth every penny, but it will definitely like put up the cost quite a bit.
Oh yeah. It's gonna cost at least 2.5 kidneys.
Oh yeah, definitely still gonna cost 2.5 kidneys.
Where's the other half gonna come from?
Probably me.
And Komori's gonna have none. No more kidneys.
Yeah, they don't need kidneys. They'll be fine.
Fair. I mean,
They'll
hey,
be
as long as you don't drink
fine.
anything ever, you know.
Ever
good.
again.
Yeah. Just get all your liquids in solid form.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You don't need kidneys. Maybe
No.
instead of both kidneys, you sell a kidney and part of your liver.
Did you know you can survive with only one lung?
We'll be running donuts. See, Kamoi, we can just sell your lung. That should cover all the costs.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a lung sells for a lot more than a kidney. Or two.
Oh, I'm pretty sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Just selling off Kamoi's body parts, I'm sorry.
We're just debating how we're going to cut them up. I'm not even
Yeah,
benefiting
fine.
from this. I just want to join in. Sold? Nice. We got a deal. See, that is why they call me the negotiator.
Okay, you negotiate.
Yeah, I'm the negotiator. But okay, then let me ask you, so what about VTubing would you say is the thing that fascinates or interests you the most?
Character building. I love seeing people's designs and the lore they put into it. I love the stories that go into making the character come to life.
Hmm.
That is my favorite thing when it comes to VTubing, because I always look at my friends and I'm like, oh, tell me about your lore. And I go to, like, whenever I see someone new that's popped up with a stunning design, I'm like, gimme.
That's why I make the what's your lore question the first thing on the list.
Oh yeah, it's just nice to see where everything comes from.
Yeah. And plus, I feel like as we go on with the questions, we go more and more out of character. Like we start off,
100%.
who are you? What are you? Tell me your lore. And then instantly we're like, why do you look the way you do?
Well, I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
I just look in the mirror.
Except in this world, you had a character design slider before, you got that
Oh,
character
yeah.
creation.
Whilst you're sleeping, you get to do your character creation, and you just wake up
I
like
wish.
it.
I wish.
I know, right?
That would be
Imagine that,
amazing.
You could just change how you appear that day. Perfect.
Yeah.
Done. Busted.
I want that. You just go up to a mirror, you press wherever the button E is in life, you press E, and then a HUD pops up, and you're just, oh, okay. Let me change that. You feel your face changing. Your hair
Just like-
magically grows like
Oh, my
like
hair
a meter long,
today.
and then the next day you're just like, okay, no, make it short. What hair is instantly cut, but the hair didn't fall to the ground or anything. Next day, you receive a shipment from Amazon. Ah, hey, my new skin arrived. Now I've
let me
got this
just put in
unique
this.
outfit or something.
Yeah,
Dude, microtransactions will be wild. Imagine.
they would be. Literally, whoever comes up with that is just like sold, sold, sold.
Yeah, I agree. Why is my bot posting the wrong link? I changed you. I changed it. Why didn't it save? Wait, I changed it. It's supposed to be your link, not my last guest's link. I changed it.
It did do up above. It must be a separate one for that.
Yeah, there's two, but I changed both of them and I clicked save.
It's like,
Damn
no,
bot.
I want to shout them out.
No, they were our guest last week. They got the shout outs.
The bot's like, no, I want them back.
Fine. I enjoyed it. Wait, Deja was also a Brit. I've now had two Brits in a row. Let's go.
I see you're hunting the Brits.
I'm hunting y'all. It must be because I've been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've just been in England for so long.
It's just like, yes, I'm British now.
Yeah, I've been sharpening up my axe. Don't worry, I don't use it against all Saxons, just most. The ones who intend to fight back. So if you don't fight back, you know, you're good. Stand very still and I won't see you. I'm like a T-Rex.
Oh yeah. my cat does that when he knows he's like done something bad. He'll just freeze, and it's just like I can't still see you.
It's like it's got that ostrich mindset.
Yeah,
Sticking your head in the ground.
If I don't move, then she won't look at me. I'm
See, if I don't move,
you.
my next generation BioWare tech will kick in, and my cloaking will activate. But okay, so then another question, but this one is a bit more of a hypothetical.
Okay.
If you could rebrand, but I usually change it to if you had to rebrand, what would you rebrand into and why?
So this one's a difficult one. If I had to, it would be stuck between want to be a rabbit because I play a hell of a lot of Final Fantasy 14 and my character on there is Viera. And I love it to pieces because I love the Viera as a race.
I've had one of them as a child.
Yeah. That I just love everything about them, the lore about them, everything. So I would go for, I wouldn't call it Viera just in case, but it would be a bunny VTuber.
Okay.
It would either be that or potentially like a dragon.
Okay.
I have a passion for dragons. I am obsessed with dragons.
What type of dragon? Dragon D's?
I just had to go there.
I have to. Listen. I have to. It's not a question. It's a responsibility.
So there is a reason why I would want to be a dragon, because I don't see any dark dragons, like really like evil type dragons.
What would your color scheme be? If you say black and red, I'm suing you.
No. It would be black and blue still, so it would go for these sort of themings with the same fire sort of thing. But it would be dragon. And that would be sort of my route because I love dragons. Growing up, I used to collect all the dragonology books. I watched all of the How to Train Dragon movies back to back. I rewatched all of them about 10 times. I'm just obsessed with dragons.
I've got this one book. It's called the Dragon Hunter's Handbook. This one, it's a hardcover, and it's quite something. But I'm pretty sure that's like the opposite of what you want. I'm trying to find a good picture of it. Here it is. Copy, image, paste. There you go. Wait, that's the Demon Hunter's Handbook. Okay, it's basically just like that, but it's dragons. I didn't know that she's made a...
hunting that one down.
Found it. at the bargain bin of a library, not of a library, of a bookstore, and I was just like,
they're trying to get rid of the evidence. They're trying to get rid of the evidence.
Yeah. And I was just like, that is a really cool book. And the thing is, right, it's massive. It's these big fucking pages. And they've got these little, they've got fold out pages. They've got tinier books inside them.
That's basically what the Dragonology books do. So there's this, like, there's a whole set of them. And each one, like, it even has, like, the textures of the scales. Like, obviously, it's not 100% what it is.
Yeah.
But it goes on about different type of dragons, what was native to different regions across the world at the time, and all of that jazz. And it's just really, really interesting to see what would be the case.
Like, there are sent you some photos, and there you can see what the hunter looks like, the Adelia that they mentioned in that last photo that's coming through now. Yeah, no, I've got that. But that's if you were to hunt dragons, not if you were to become one.
Oh yeah. Like, if I can't really hunt dragons. I have too many dragon friends, and I feel like I shouldn't. So I used to have a hatred for dragons because they like exhausted my family and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? It wasn't their fault. We were technically in its home.
You were in there then. You were trespassing.
We were trespassing, so I can't be angry. I can just make sure for the people who sent us there pay.
Easy.
Yeah.
But okay, then. So just to rehash that. So it's either a dragon or a rabbit.
Exactly.
Okay. Always still black and blue.
It would depend on the scene. So it would depend, like, if I'm doing it myself, then it would be. But say, for instance, if I get picked up by a corp, then it would definitely not be. It would have to be something completely new scheme. So I'll probably test out, like, different color schemes because I like experimenting and seeing what works.
Would you be willing to join a corp?
If it was right for me, like, it would have to both help with, like, the money value must be good.
Yeah.
And it has to be enough that it would mean quitting what I do as an indie.
Yeah.
I would earn more or be better off. So it would 100% depend. It probably won't be anytime soon. I'm definitely wanting to stay indie for a while yet.
But I feel like as you go on, the sunk cost fallacy kicks in, and then eventually you know, like, hey, I've already spent 5 years being an indie, doing all this, building all my stuff, and I feel like, do you want to join a corp then? Let all that die?
That's the thing. So it depends where I am in 5 years. Because if my goal is to sort of make it by myself rather than depending on it being a corp that gets me through there.
Yeah.
So if I can make it, I probably won't join a corp. The corp idea would only be if I, one, need a change of scenery or pace, or two, an opportunity arises that I wouldn't be able to turn down.
Okay. What corp would you say would you want to join? Or which one?
VTuber is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I'd love to join VTuber. Idol Corp is another one.
Agreed.
I do love Idol Corp. I love everything about them. And
I don't feel like I would get into VShojo. So, yeah. By virtue of me not being shoujo.
But it definitely depends on the scene. I just like how Idol Corp handles their talents, in the fact that the talents have a lot of say of character design, artists, all of that jazz. So it would 100% depend on the situation, but we're talking about 3 or 4 years out before I make those kind of decisions.
So it would take a time.
Definitely
it would
take my
some
time. Definitely take some time. I want to grow in myself a
Yeah.
lot more in the content I'm creating and be a lot more confident in some of my content before I even try and branch out.
Okay. So then, let me get back to the main questions. Let me then ask, so why did you start making content? What was your first type of content you were making? Was it the
Gaming.
cosplay? Was it gaming?
Gaming. I needed an excuse to play games. There were so many games I hadn't played because I didn't have time to play, as I was more of a social being. So me playing games meant that I wasn't hanging out with friends or giving them my time.
Okay.
So streaming was a way that I could stream what I was doing whilst also meeting new people
being
and making
social.
friends. Yeah, being social. Like, I wasn't on my own. People were interested in watching the game and just enjoying it with me. So that was the main push for it. And then as I went on, I tried out different games. I did different kind of like community games, and obviously now I've started doing ASMR, which is a form of content I really am enjoying at the moment.
Okay. And then what is gaming still your preferred content?
Oh, 100%. I'm definitely more confident in my gaming. ASMR is something I started this year, not too long ago, so it's still very new to me, and I think I'm going to be a little bit out before I'm like 100% with that. But I want to mix them both, so I don't want to quit gaming. I want to continue gaming, but I also want to mix in the ASMR content.
Oh yeah, for sure. What type of ASMR have you been doing?
A mixture of like roleplay is one of the popular ones. Another one is just random like triggers with like ear cupping, mouth sounds, like a wooden fork that I like to like just drag my nails across.
Okay.
It's a range of different sounds. I want to try and experiment a little bit with being a bit more interactive with like the viewer.
Yeah.
So I know IRL streamers like tape measure and do like flashlight triggers, and I'm trying to figure out a way I can do that without a 3D model for the time being. So it's definitely something I'm working on experimenting.
Okay. So then, a question that's not on the list, what would you say is a type of content that you've not gotten into yet that you want to? If I had had you on last year, then you would have probably said ASMR.
Yeah. Potentially singing.
Okay.
Singing is something I'm teaching myself. I'm not a singer at the moment. Do not know. I will not sing. But singing is something I am looking into singing lessons because I do enjoy singing to myself in the shower.
That's a mood. That's a mood.
So it's something I would like to do professionally, but I know that there are some issues if you try and do it yourself and don't get proper training. You can really screw yourself over with your vocal cords.
Yeah.
So I am looking into getting professional lessons so far I don't screw up my vocal cords.
Well, it depends on how you're doing it. Like, if you're going to try metal screaming, don't.
Oh, yeah.
Don't.
No, definitely not that. But I haven't really found a good pitch for my voice yet. So I need to learn to control it.
You still have to find your vocal range, basically.
Yeah, I still have yet to find that. So I figured singing lessons will help me figure that shit out. I'll figure out what genre is within my vocal range.
Yeah. See, I'd want to do I'd want to go to singing lessons, but I can't fucking afford those.
Yeah,
they're so
cheap.
expensive.
They're definitely not cheap.
Yeah. But okay, and then we've talked about what you do on stream, but what do you do when you're not streaming? What do you like to do in your off time?
In my off time, play any games either I need to grind out some materials for before the next stream. When I'm not streaming, I'm also planning next content. I do have a full-time job, so I juggle that, which is definitely it gets hectic sometimes. So I do run like really short on time sometimes. So a lot of the time it's just me taking some me time
Yeah.
to sort of recoup, relax, spend
Recharge.
some time with my animals, spend some time with my partner, and then any like little time that I have for like friends and stuff, I'll then like message them, let them know, like check in on them. But it's definitely like I've seen a lot of like big VTubers stay in it lately, but it is one of those things where it's difficult to keep up with
Yeah.
people on the daily.
Definitely.
Like my average, like I'll probably speak to someone once every month at the moment because it's just trying to message everyone. It takes a lot out of your social battery. So I try to message at least like 2 friends every day, just see how they are.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a different set of friends next day. It'll get there eventually.
You're working down a list, and then once you've reached the bottom of the list, it's like, okay, time to go back to the top.
Time to go back to the top. Okay. So I do feel awful sometimes. I'm worried that, oh God, I hope they don't think that I don't want to spend time with them. And I hate saying no to people who ask to spend time because it's like, I'm sorry, I'm like super busy at the moment,
Yeah.
but I will slot in and I will make time in a couple weeks for us to just sit out and chill.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, this month is more hectic than the others have been. So it's adjusting period for me.
How come? How's this month been?
So, obviously this week I've got quite a lot on other than my streams. I'm with you today, which is really exciting. And then on tomorrow I'm with Lana, and then on Sunday I'm with one of my friends on their stream. Next week is going to be a bit more relaxed, and then the week after I'm a part of the VTuber Summer Slam with Gamers Outreach. So I'm arranging what the plan is for that. I've been sent over the information now, so getting set up to do that, and hopefully we'll get a lot of money raised between all of us and make a difference.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, I'm planning to do some collabs during it, so there'll be a few familiar faces potentially hopping on and having some fun. So
yeah, so this week's been a busy week or this weekend is going to be a busy weekend for collabs.
Oh yeah, this one is definitely. I looked at myself. I was like, "What did you do? Why did you do this?
What did you sign up for?
Why didn't you just put yourself in at least one break? No breaks, no breaks. Just torture. I'll torture myself. I'll sleep when I can.
Those time zones, right?
Yeah, you know what? The collabs aren't too bad for my time zones this week.
Oh.
Like, normally I expect it to be like at 2 a.m. my time, and it's like, okay, because my weekends are reserved for my American friends, but I'm going to need to be up at random o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. That, honestly, I also feel like I need to reserve weekends for my American friends just to spend time with them, because I've kind of fixed my sleeping schedule. But the thing is, right, if I'm playing games, I'm loud, and I've got people in my house that work and, do normal people things.
Yeah.
So I can't be loud at like 3 to 5 a.m. in the morning, unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand that. I have, so it's just trying to like work around stupid time zones. Why can't we just all have one time zone?
I mean, even if we did, we'd still...
No, half of us can be nocturnal. The other half can be diurnal. It'll be fine.
Then it's just like, yeah, but I'm still gonna be awake during the night.
And there'll be a wait during the day, and it'll be perfect because then we're both sleeping at the same time.
True. But either way, it's still it's just gonna change the time. If we're honest, people are still gonna be sleeping the normal times. It might just change what it says on the clock.
True.
So in the end, then it's like, hey, why are you up at 4 p.m.? You should be sleeping. We sleep at this time.
Same.
You've got work at 12 a.m. at midnight. Imagine that, starting your 9 to 5 at 12 a.m. but it's noon.
Oh, I know.
Your whole clock's just been adjusted 12 hours.
It'll be confusing.
It will be so damn confusing. But anyways, let me ask you then the next question. So, what would you say is your biggest weakness when it comes to VTubing? So this is something that you're struggling with as of now.
Talking in dead space. So that I will be able to talk for ages, but once it hits the 3-hour mark and I've spoken everything I gotta say, I'm just there like, I can't just sit in silence. This isn't entertaining. I've got to say something.
I feel like I need to do something now.
I've got to say something. So I'm teaching myself to talk and create conversations on things I'm doing in game and like anything at all. But it is definitely a weakness of mine at the moment whilst I'm still like figuring all that out and trying to get my brain to compute anything.
Just trying to get that little pink thing in your head working with you.
Yeah, it tends to not work with me, especially if there's like if I'm not fully rested, my words and my mouth, like my brain and my mouth won't communicate, and I end up saying things that don't make English. I'm like, oh great, thank you. My English box has just left the building. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's closed. That ship sailed.
Mhm.
It's sailed out the window and it's gone and it's not coming back.
It's just gone for the stream. Like, okay, well, this is how the stream's gonna go. Good luck, guys, in trying to understand me. I can't speak English anymore.
All of the Americans are like, hey, we already have a tough time understanding you, British. Like they're already sitting with a dictionary.
Yeah, they're ready for it.
And then it's like, now you can't even English.
My biggest thing that I love telling Americans that they just don't. In the like the British version of pants is different to what the Americans call pants.
What do you call it?
Well, that's the thing. Pants for American is trousers for us. Pants
Oh yeah.
in the UK is your underwear.
What it is?
Yeah, pants is underwear. We still call them underwear as well, but we also call them pants.
Did not know that.
There you go. You learned something new.
But now I'm wondering, is that actually or is that factual, or are you gaslighting me?
No, that's actual.
You're not.
That is an actual thing. It's trousers, like trousers, jeans, shorts, jeggings, but we never call them pants.
Huh. Never call pants pants.
Pants are underwear.
Huh. Didn't
So
know
if
that.
you come to the UK, don't tell someone I like your pants. You might get a slap or something worse.
Or they'll be like, hey, thank you. When did you see them?
I thought no one would notice.
Oh no, there was just a very strong gust of wind.
Exactly. So yeah, don't come into the UK and say, "Oh, I like your pants." And it's not pants, guys.
I feel like I'm gonna do that on purpose now.
Oh yeah, if we don't hear from FNV ever again, you know why.
If I just show up with a red cheek, just one of the cheeks are red, and it's like, okay, you know what happened.
You know what happened? Yeah. You just wanted to experiment the waters, I see.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you gotta live on the riskier, on the edge of life, no? That's where you get the most experience from. If you're not taking on bosses, you're not gonna level up.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, then what would you say is the thing that what keeps you going and keeps you motivated for making content? What keeps you from burning out?
My community. I love all of them in it, and every time I go to stream, it's lovely just to chill and hang out with them. Like, streaming doesn't feel like a chore or something that I have to do. I enjoy it. We go off on tangents at times. They throw shit at me.
No, they're not throwing it at you. They're throwing it at the target and missing.
Target, but saying right behind my head.
Yeah. They can't help that you move your head in front of the target.
Oh, exactly. Of course, it's all my fault. I knew it.
Yeah.
I just haven't trained them good enough. Okay.
As I said, they just need 6 months.
Oh yeah, definitely. 6 months, still bad. Have to think about it.
You've gotta figure out another direction. Maybe it's how they're standing.
Exactly. They
The
are
form.
a sweet community. I wouldn't recommend going to my memes channel on my Discord though.
You wouldn't.
No, that's a whole can of I have a very talented viewer, a good friend called NG, and he is too good at what he does with memes.
Are all the memes just you?
Me, or chat bullying me, or like the mods bullying me, with chat bullying me. Or it's a compilation of all the times they pelted me with bits because they can drown me with bits.
Hey,
They've successfully broken my stream with bits.
how did they do that?
They one of them did 10k in one go.
And that broke it.
Tits couldn't handle the amount of items being thrown, and it broke my rigging because my rigging couldn't keep up.
How many items are thrown per how many bits?
Well, normally it's 1, but then I decided, well, after 500, they get a knife that explodes into more bits, and it explodes into 20. No, that's 10,000 knives.
Oh my.
All exploding into 20.
Oh my.
Yeah. I can understand why it broke everything.
I can understand that as well. That is a lot.
Oh yeah, there you go. Kamoi's done the math. 10k bits. Each of those was an item that exploded into 20, so it was 200,000 items on screen.
Did your PC explode or something?
No, my PC did pretty good. My lovely V-bridge on the other hand crashed. So my VTuber model completely crashed with it.
Everything broke.
They broke everything. The impact was no longer working on tits. That fully broke the tracking. Everything broke. We only just started stream at this point.
I'm assuming you've changed it.
I mean, I've changed it so they disappear quicker.
But it's still 20 items per 1 bit.
Yeah, this time it's trash bags they get thrown at me though.
I feel like at 10k you can just make it a nuke.
That's what I've been thinking of doing. I need to like get someone to create like a nuke thing that just explodes and just everything stays on the screen for a little bit. I think that would be hilarious, but I'm trying to think of it needs to be something good, worthwhile. If you're gonna put in 10k, it's gotta be something that's just like yes. This. Right
Make the sound alert tactical nuke incoming from COD. And then once it hits, everything explodes, and then you get like you get a stinger, so that you can change scenes where the stinger is just like the mushroom cloud, and then you change scenes where it's just a destroyed city. That's it.
It's just like, yeah. Well, look what you just did. You just nuked the village.
Look what you did.
That poor town. That poor town. Take notes, Kamoi. Kamoi is my tech support. They make everything work on my streams. something's broken, it's
Morty, fix it.
Hello! It's all broken! Oh, one sec, my cat's trying to get in.
Ah. I didn't know Komori was your cat.
Apparently she came to the call. I have a ginger cat that's an outdoor cat that likes to come in through my window. There you go, sweetheart.
Likes coming in through your window.
Yeah, she learnt that a few years ago that if she hops up on my conservatory, she can jump in my first floor window without any problem. So she does that as a port of transport.
Wait, first floor window as in it's one floor off of the ground, right? Like you get the ground floor and then okay. The second story window.
Yeah, second story window. She's very. I dread to think of the day she slips off of that. I'm gonna have to go get her.
Don't worry. She will land on her feet. She's a cat.
Oh yeah, she'll land.
Depends on how fat she is.
I mean, if my neighbors stop feeding her, that would be. I practically don't have to feed her at all. I have to top her up every so often. I don't know which one of my neighbors keeps feeding her, but she comes back round on the fan the day before. I'm like, oh god.
They fed you again, huh?
I keep on putting a collar on her that's red and says, "Do not feed me," but they keep taking it off.
Wait, what? Your neighbors are taking off the collar that says "Do not feed me"?
Yeah, so we've decided we're gonna get tracking tags because one of my neighbors has one because they have a Bengal cat.
Yeah.
So they have one to keep track of where their cat goes, so just in case, because they're the most likely to be stolen and stuff. So we're planning to do it to her so I can track where she's going and who the hell's feeding her.
Because someone.
Like, oh yeah.
And as well, how good's your relationship with your neighbors?
Pretty good. I've been here all my life, so it's a really good community I've got around, and they don't seem to hear my place is detached, so I'm not attached to anyone.
Oh yeah.
Which means they don't have to worry about me screaming on games. Only my partner has to suffer that.
Yeah, we've got the same situation here, except I live in a cul-de-sac, so it's it's even more quiet, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have, our houses aren't attached. We have walls on the borders of our plots. It's just a thing here in South Africa because you have to.
Oh.
If you don't have walls, you're inviting crime.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there's always about at least 1.5 meters between the house and that wall to the border, and then another 1.5 meter to the other house. So it's there's already three meters with the wall in the middle. So it's hey, I can be as loud as I want, except when it gets late in the evening and my people in my house want to go sleep.
Oh, see, that's why I'm happy. It's just me and my partner. I can be loud all night. Yeah. And then I just get complained by my partner, but I'm screaming too loud. I'm like, sorry, the cave scared me.
At that point, Komodo should just get up and be like, fine, I'll stream as well.
See, normally they all stream at the same time, and I'm surprised people haven't asked if I'm being murdered in the background yet.
Just head over to Komodo's stream and after you scream and see if it's audible, and then hear what chat says. Komodo's just oh yeah, no, don't worry, it's just Spectre again. It's just Specky.
It's just Specs. You call me Spec.
How to trigger your wolf. Call them Specky.
Chat, don't get any ideas if you're there.
Chat, please feel free to take your ideas. I don't even need credit. All I'm asking for is your like. Just drop me a like on the bottom of the thing. Oh, and also if you're listening to this VOD in the future, yeah, and feel free to drop a comment down below. Make sure if you've gotten this far, we're already an hour and 20 minutes in. Comment Specky, and when Yeah. Then we'll.
It'll be the
Thank you.
last thing you type.
And then after that, make sure you go check out Spectre on her Twitter and Twitch, and go show some love and support.
Hell yeah.
Imagine respecting what people want to be called can't be me.
Can't be me.
Yeah. You've not called me anything though.
No. I'd probably call you Sarah.
You'd call me Zara.
Yeah, Zarastro, Sarah, shortened.
Yeah, that's fine. Zara is what I go by most of the time.
See, I like shortening names to make it easier.
Yeah, I did too. That's why I called you Specky. I just see the face. The face just instantly drop, being like, stop that. See, now I can see why people would say you look like a cat, because that looks like a grumpy cat.
Yeah, yeah, honestly, I get cat, punks, you name it. It's why it's in my intro. Every time I get a raid or anything, I'm like, I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf. It's even in my title of my streams. It says Wolf VTuber.
Damn.
And I wasn't sure if it was like clear enough.
Yeah, it's like I've got this thing in my Discord, right? So in my Discord I've got a thing where you first need to click a thing on the roles channel or in the rules channel where it says generally to not have an unpleasant experience, follow this rule. And then right below that, it's react to this message with this emoji to gain access to the rest of the server. Now, it's a verification role. Look at how bright I've had to make it by now. Chat might see it as well. Look at that. I'm sending you the screenshot.
Yeah, send me the screenshot.
It's got the fucking, what do you call it? The disco blobs.
So what we used to call this is Camp 2 Clicks, because everybody would join a Discord, but then they don't read rules that give them access to the Discord. And so we named this section Camp 2 Clicks. Yeah. Because it would literally take you.
It would take you 2 clicks. Yeah, that is what surrounds it. People don't see it somehow. Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, clearly you didn't read it. Clearly you didn't read the rules, because I mean, how do you miss that? It's got it's in italics, bold. It's surrounded by dancing blobs, which are RGB, and I'm just like, how do you miss that? How? It's
at that point of choosing to miss that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not even that high up. It's literally at the bottom. Just below it is the invite link to the server. Because I've got a permalink that I set, so that I'm like, hey, use this invite link, or invite the people to the server, and it's like, bruh, people just keep missing it. But let's get back to the question, shall we? We only have a couple questions left, so if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask Specky over here, feel free to click on that little blue box at the top of chat where you can there will be a text box that pops up and you can ask your questions there. Okay, I'll stop calling you Specky. You can switch off that animation, that those toggles. I promise. Yes, I'll stop. Maybe one. I'll maybe do it one more time somewhere in the stream, but I
have other toggles.
But yeah, if you have questions for Spectre, feel free to click over there at the top of the box and ask your questions there. We'll get into those in a bit after we do English. After we do a couple more questions. So now let me ask you, what has been the biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome? So this is different from the weakness question that we had earlier. This is something that was an issue that isn't one anymore.
Liking my voice. So for the longest time, I'm pretty sure everybody's had the unfortunate experience of having people who constantly told me my voice was annoying, that
Yeah.
I was just annoying them.
I've
And
been one of
that-
those people.
Yeah, it's just
But the thing is,
it-
voices are subjective. Sometimes you hear someone and you're just like, I really don't like your voice. But don't say it to someone's face.
exactly, like, you can have your own likes and dislikes, like, that's okay. You're always open to your own opinion on what you like.
Yeah.
But it's just, you don't like they were what I thought were my friends at the time. And they would tell me if I was annoying, they didn't want to be around me all the time. It was just, it damages your confidence. So for the longest time, I thought, okay, well, I'm just an annoyance to people. So when I started streaming and people were complimenting my voice and how much they love my accent, it's taught me to love my voice and love what I do a lot more. And it's built my confidence all the way back up. But I'm just like, even if those people came back in my life, what their opinions are don't matter anymore, because I've got a far more supportive community that I treat like my family than they were ever. So my voice is definitely something that I overcame and learned to love.
See, on the opinions thing, there's this quote that I know and like, and then I edited a bit. So the quote is, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. And then I add to it, be like, and it doesn't mean that you should show it to everyone.
Like, everyone's allowed their opinions. Just you don't have to say your opinions.
Yeah. Like sometimes, an opinion is better off not sharing. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with the voice sentiment, because I had that as well. I also used to not be that fine with my voice as I am now. And yeah, over the time, we've both been streaming for 3 years by now.
You just learn to love it.
Yeah,
and
you get used to it.
It feels nice to know that people like join just to hear you, and is like, yay! Yay!
You're here for me? What?
You're here for me!
Meanwhile, you still get a lot of people just joining, lurking, mute the tab. And it's like, hey, we'll appreciate you.
I love my lurkers. Like, a majority of my chat just come to chill. They don't even come to chat. They just come to chill, and I love them. They're super chill. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do some wacky stuff, and none of you are here to call me out for it.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a serial lurker. I'll hop into a stream, chat for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll be like, hey, I'm a lurk. And then just, I'll lurk. I'll maybe keep the tab open for a bit more, but if I'm gonna go play a game or something just to support, I'll mute the tab and then be like, hey, I'm still here. And then I ride the raid train. Then eventually when I go back to the tab, I'm like, oh, hey, I'm like 3 streams down.
I am the exact same. I open all my friends' streams and I just lurk, and I probably say hi to a couple of them. Be like, hi, how you doing? And then I'll go lurk mode, and I'll just vibe, and I'll switch between who I'm listening to whilst I'm doing other bits like gaming and stuff.
Yeah.
So it can vary.
Yeah. But okay, then the next question that I have, what are your goals with VTubing under content creation? Where do you want to take this? We can go abstract, long-term, or short-term?
Long-term.
Long-term.
I want to make this sort of what I do. And I'm pushing like new content ideas, different like ways I can grow. It's going to be a slow, steady one. I look inspiration-wise towards it is people like Eye Candy, who she was streaming 5 years, went through several redesigns before she made it.
Yeah, before she popped off.
Before she popped off. So I plan to continue striving. My goal is to hopefully hit maybe Twitch partner next year. And I hope to try and hit YouTube partner as well. And if not by the end of this year, definitely next year.
Yeah.
So it's one of the things where I'm going to push all the content And then I'm also going to push the following, such as on TikTok and on Instagram, just try and grow my branding and my community.
Yeah. Okay. And then how has VTubing made getting those goals or attaining those goals easier?
Mainly because it's the way I want to go forward. So VTubing is the way I want to become professionally a streaming content creator. So me being able to be expressive, especially with this model, and potentially with like maybe outfit updates in the future, then that is something it will definitely help me grow. It won't cause the growth, because as much as people think that the model is what makes people big, it isn't.
No.
It's your hard work, how you market yourself. So even though it will help slightly, it's about how I market my upcoming
the model
projects.
should be seen as a marketing tool.
Exactly. So you got it, but then you got to market that thing.
Yeah, because I mean, like, people will see the model and then click, but keeping them there is you.
Exactly.
That's the more difficult part.
Just like, stay here.
Stay here. Hold them at gunpoint.
Yeah, just like, you're here.
Yeah,
Stay.
just pull out your knife real quick. Just be like, hey.
It's just,
there we go. Like, hey.
You're here.
You're here, and you'll stay here. Keep lurking. Hey.
You're stuck with me.
Wait, tell them to drop a like down below. With a knife out.
Guys, with
a knife out.
You should follow and you subscribe and like, or you know what happened.
You meet the pointy end of this. You meet the pointy end of this knife. Wait, do that again. That's a good screenshot. There we go. I'm just gonna post that on Twitter once we're done.
Oh yeah. I'm just like, you stay here. You're stuck with me.
Yeah. That one.
That one.
It's gone crazy, y'all. But okay.
I was held hostage on my own talk show.
Yeah. It's not the first time, don't worry. I'm used to it by now.
Oh god.
I've had someone climb up into the rafters and say it's dirty up there, dusty, and dropped a pipe last episode, or the episode before. Someone picked up a pipe and just dropped it.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, it sounded just like this. It sounded just like that.
Oh yeah.
Wait, that doesn't come through on OBS on my side because it's not my Discord voice. My soundboard is on Discord. I don't think that comes through. Wait. Oh, it does. It does. I had to test that. My bad, Fine Boom. That's
testing, guys.
One of my favorite things. One of my favorite sounds is the Vine Boom.
Oh.
But okay, the last question that I have for you before we get into the Q&A is, what has been the happiest moment or the greatest achievement you've had in VTubing, or since you've started?
My happiest moment was definitely my debut for my 2.0, because I spent months, and I'm not even kidding, I planned this model back in October of 2021. I had that planned. So me and Cameron had the quote. Cameron then started in June, which is when I had the money all raised up of last year. The model was done by July last year, at which the rigging started at the end of October last year. And then I've been working on everything up to March this year, when my debut was. So it was a long time in the works of
that is quite a long time. Yeah,
it was a lot of hard work, and when the debut did more than what I thought it was gonna do, I cried of happiness, because I was like, my hard work paid off.
Let's go. I think I found you when you initially posted this model on Twitter?
Yes.
Because that, honestly, that's how I find a lot of my guests. I just see the models on Twitter and I'm like, that is a cool design. And then I'm like, do you stream regularly? You do? Cool.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, hello.
Yeah. It's like that my invitation mindset is so shallow. Like somebody's asked me, why did you invite me? And I'm like, honestly, I don't remember. I have you on a list. I have you on a Twitter list.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And then for greatest achievement. I'm not sure. I would say it's probably hitting 4K on Twitch at like the growth. So I've hit 4K on Twitch and I've hit 1K on YouTube.
Let's go.
Which I'm over the moon with. So those would be my achievements that I've got so far.
Actually, wait. I can add you in the title. What's your YouTube? Send it to me.
Oh, it's the same name.
At Huntress Spectre.
Yeah.
At Huntress Spectre. There we go. Save. There we go. Now people can find your YouTube directly on the VOD.
Oh yeah, that goes to my YouTube. I had to double check then. But, yeah, so it's definitely my achievements would be my channel growths. Just working hard to try and promote those. So it's good to see it actually paying off.
Yeah. It's always fun seeing hard work, actually pay off, as you say.
Exactly. So those would definitely be my achievements.
Okay. And then that's all of the end of the questions that I have for you. But Chad has a couple questions. So, the first question is from a modern friend of mine. His name is preferably just Simon. If anybody who's been a regular on the show, you already know what the question is. But Spectre, are you ready?
I'm ready.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
My brain died as soon as you said the first sentence.
That was just one sentence.
Well, the first word. First word.
Do you want me to redo it? Or say it again?
Just say it once more.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I can do it slower.
10?
10? No.
No.
You want to know how much?
Yeah, how much?
A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
My brain's gone. It's after building. It's walked out on me. It's gone.
Do you want to know what the woodchuck's name is?
What's the woodchuck's name?
The woodchuck's name is Juguma Juguma Gokuna Shiriketa Kaiser Sugyo Sugyamatsu Unhamatsu Furamatsu Kuneta Tokoroni Subatokoro Yabarakoji no Barakoji Bible no shooting on a good and Pomkopino Pomkano Chokume no Chosuke. That's his name. He also lives in a specific town.
I'm too scared to ask.
Do you want to know what the town's name is?
What's the town's name?
Clanvarpil Gwingel Gogerich Clanvarpil Gwingel Gogerich Vendrob will Anticilio Gogogoch. It's that Welsh town. I'm still learning that one. I've not gotten to that one yet. What you doing down there?
My brain. I lost my brain. I was trying to find it. I thought it might be down here.
No, I'm sorry. We don't do brains here. We don't have those around here. We've just got a single brain cell.
Damn it.
Yeah. Welcome to hell. Sorry for the inconvenience. There were questions. The first one it was, at least. The other two I just haven't said in a while. And yeah. There was just more info on the woodchuck named Juguma Juguma Goku no Shiriken. I'm not doing the whole thing again, don't worry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a woodchuck. And he lives in a town, a small town. And he chucks a lot of wood, as much as he can. Then the next question that I have is from Black Tiger. He asks, if money wasn't a problem or a question, what would you do and why?
One, I would definitely move location. Just because I wanted to. Change
Where
the
to?
scenery. That's still the debate between me and my sister. I'm trying to figure out where. We've not quite pinpointed that, but it's definitely not America. I'd rather not be shot. So that's definitely a no-go.
You're like, I'd rather... I'd take a shiv over a bullet, thank you.
Yeah, you know.
Honestly, I agree.
And then after that, I would buy myself more camo model and an art piece. Because I've always wanted, there's something that just feels different when your model artist creates an illustration of your model.
True.
It just feels more like, that's me. That's
Yeah.
me.
My
So,
mom made this for me.
One of the things I'd love to get is an illustration from camo of my model without being a model. I want to get a few upgrades, new outfits.
Wouldn't you
that
get
sort
a
of thing.
Diariku model?
I mean, if that was ever on the table, 100%. But at the same time, I've fallen in love with the art style that Camo did for my model.
Fair enough.
And I feel like this is my identity. And as much as I would love to work with Dairiku, I'd probably get an illustration done by Dairiku instead.
Okay.
And get it animated, like an animated illustration. That would
Have
definitely
that
be on
work
my
as
list.
like a loading screen for your stream or something.
Exactly.
Or a BRB screen. Or stream end.
Or
Something like
stream
that.
end.
Yeah.
Probably definitely would be a starting soon screen. But I would definitely want something from her. It would just be a lot of, I'd buy myself a model, and then I know that if I had the ability to have endless money, I would want to buy some of my close friends a model of their choice. So that they can be happy in what they have. And also because it isn't a cheap thing to come into if you want to
it definitely
get a
ain't.
bit more quality. So you just have to, if I was able to, I'd definitely do that.
Yeah. So far for me, I've been super lucky. I've had 3 models. I paid a total of 105 for all 3 of them together.
Oh, damn.
I told you I'm the negotiator. So the first one I had was I literally commissioned a PNG from one of my friends who wasn't in the VTubing scene. He didn't do live to D models or anything. He just gave me a PNG. I cut it up and split it and rigged it back in 2019 before I started. Actually, no. Yeah, no. I started at the beginning, mid of 2020. So that's when I got it, and then split it, rigged it, and debuted October 29th, 2020. And then the next model, I got a friend to do it, again, a different friend. He wanted to do it for free. I said no. So I paid him 100 there. And then this one is a trade.
Okay.
But I still have to
not
deliver
bad.
my part on. I still have to rig my artist mama's mascot for her.
Aww.
Or her familiar model, rather. Because she's a witch. She's got a witch model and a cat model, but previously the cat was just Kemono Mimi. So, yeah, so she was just a cat girl. But now she gave me a cat model. So it's an actual cat, and I've not gotten to it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I know it's going to be a challenge, though.
We love a good challenge.
Yeah, But yeah, so I've been very lucky when it comes to cheaping out, finding more.
It's adapting
cheap
with
stuff.
what you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I did for my first model. I found an artist who worked out great for me.
Yeah.
And was open to have two because me and my partner wanted matching models.
Okay, I see.
So she was able to take on us both as clients at the same time. So it worked out perfectly as a first starter, because the way I always tell people is, if you want to be a VTuber, don't start with a model.
Yeah, start with a PNG.
Streaming. Exactly. You don't even know if you like streaming yet, because
Yeah.
streaming's a whole other field.
Because I've had that a couple times as well, where I've gotten multiple children now that have graduated or just simply stopped. And one of my previously most expensive models that I've done, she's fallen off the face of the earth for 2.5 years.
I think it's just a matter of people like the idea, but when it comes to it, you have to be. I find that if you survive VTubing after the first year or two, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's that first year or two will either make you or break you. And if you don't find an interest, do not invest countless money. But even if you do, don't worry about it, because you can look back and say, I did that.
Yeah.
I tried it. I gave it what I thought I liked, and I moved on.
Yeah.
So it's not even something to be ashamed of if you end up graduating and stuff, and then you talk about it. So tried out a thing, didn't like it, moved on.
Yeah, it's a life experience. But that is it for the questions from chat as well. So that brings us to the end of the episode. So if you guys have enjoyed, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and once again, go check out fnv.crd.co for anything to do with the show. A reminder of that Google Forms link that you can fill out to apply to be a guest for season 2. This current season of FNV will be ending at episode 100. I don't know when I will be starting season 2, but I'm gonna be taking a break for a bit. This running a show is tiring. Let me tell you. If you're doing everything on your own and you have to source 100 guests in a row, pain.
Pain.
So yeah, I want to be able to just take a break and just relax, do some normal Friday streams. So yeah. But make sure you also go check out Huntress Spectre or Specky on her Twitter and Twitch. Her links are down below in the chat, in the description, and on the show notes and everywhere. But otherwise, you can find her at Huntress Spectre. That's everywhere on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. It's HUNTRESSSPECTRE. Did you get that?
You better.
I'll say it again, slower this time. It's HUNTR. Shit, you've got NTR in your name. I'll restart that. It's HUNTRESSSPECTRE. There we go. So yeah, you can find her links everywhere. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. I have been your host, Zara. I appreciate you all for giving me your time. And I will see you all on the next episode of FNV. But until then, ciao for now.
Bye.
Sun goes down, our spirits free. Nothing left but our energy. Take my hand, we can go and see a world unknown. Come explore with me. No, explore with me. Yeah, explore with me.
By the way, don't click off just yet. I want to see if we can raid out to someone. Let me see who we can raid to. I see... Okay, we are going to Uyo Cloverfield from Idlecorp. So, if you guys have been in the raid before, you know what the raid message is already. Otherwise, To anyone new, the red message is Kappa, Zara, FNV raid, exclamation point Kappa, just like that. You can copy paste it multiple times and it'll show up like that. So yeah, we'll be heading over to Fuyo. Alright, we're raiding out now.